Hey, Ween, baby. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, Patricia. I know, where is everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, friends. Did you guys have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Patricia, I've got to go refill mine. Mine's got about that much in it. Good to see you. Did y'all have a good weekend? What'd you do over the weekend? What did you do over the weekend? The only loyalists. Yeah, I don't know, Ween baby. I think you guys are just raring to go on a Monday. Ooh, you did, Patricia? Wow. Same, Ween baby. I laid around the house. Didn't do too much. Not too much at all. Okay, well, we're going to get started with, what is this? Day 4, part 3. So I'll wait for Morgana to show up to show you what she gifted me. I got something in the mail. Hey, Sherry. Hey, girl. I got caramel cappuccino in my cup, but it's almost empty. What was I saying? Oh, Morgana sent me a gift. It was a very sweet gift. I will wait till she shows up before I show you what it is. I will wait and show you when she shows up. Yeah, so we're going to get started with day 4, part 3. This is, let me go back and look. We're about halfway through day 4. So we ended with the cross-examination of the Sherry Kurczewski, the forensic toxicologist. So we're getting ready to go back into the redirect. We're going back into the redirect from the prosecution. So I'm not sure who comes on after the Sherry Kurczewski chick. The victim's friend. Okay, Corrine Posa. Okay, I remember her. All right, well, we're going to get started, and here we go.
Oh, there are no reports of tetrahydrozoline overdose resulting in death in the scientific literature. Is that right?
That is correct.
That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any redirect?
Thanks, Judge. If we could please publish the same screen.
Sure. I guess that was premature in turning that off.
Doctor, can you read the next line from that paragraph, please?
A review of internal NMS data revealed multiple cases where the cause of death was ultimately determined to be tetrahydrozoline overdose.
Great, thank you. That can come down. So I just want to ask you a few things to clarify, Dr. Kurczewski. The exhibit that we went through, 217, that we paged through with the jury with the redacted patient name, do you recall that exhibit?
Yes.
Do you remember it being suggested that Attorney Kukler has never seen this before until today?
I
object. That's mischaracterization.
I don't think it is.
It is.
Ooh.
I love this judge. I love her. I don't think it is.
The state may ask the question based on my recollection of how it was phrased earlier.
Would you agree with the suggestion that Attorney Kukler has never seen this document before today?
I don't know if she has or not.
Why did you make Exhibit 217?
It was requested by the defense.
And who is the defense attorneys in this case?
I apologize. I've heard your name multiple times, so I'm afraid I'll butcher it if I try to pronounce it. But the attorney who has been questioning me.
Judge, the state did prepare a new exhibit based on this line of questioning that I'd like to just show the witness. It's Exhibit 218.
Has this been provided to us?
Nope.
This is a rebuttal witness, I mean a rebuttal exhibit.
Correct.
Do you have a copy for the court?
So you mean the defense requested that report and then she didn't even read it? Smart
Hand
cookie.
that to Madam Clerk, please.
Dr. Kasinko, do you recognize Exhibit 218?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is a letter that I drafted in response to a request for documents from Donna Kukler and at Kukler and Cotton SC.
Did you sign this letter?
Yes, I did.
Is it a fair and accurate copy of the letter that you wrote in this case?
Yes, it is.
I'd move Exhibit 218 into evidence. I'm not asking to publish it.
Exactly, Patricia. Right.
Exhibit 218 is received.
Does that letter remind you of the specific date that Attorney Kukler asked you for this information that's contained in Exhibit 217?
Yes, it does.
What's that date?
Object and
Overruled.
sidebar.
Overruled.
What's that date?
January 18th, 2023.
January 18th, 2023 was the request?
That is when we received the request from your office. I don't know when they requested it from your office. The
Okay.
request came through your office.
Does this letter indicate when you sent the response out, including Exhibit 217?
January 26th, 2023.
And that response was in response to the request made by Attorney Kukler?
That's my understanding. The request came through the district attorney's office, but it was a request from the defense attorney's office for these documents.
So these documents were provided to both parties way back in January, is that fair?
I can say that we provided the documents to the district attorney's office. I do not know how those documents then got to the defense attorney's office.
Okay. You were asked some questions about a case, a poisoning case from Aurora, Colorado. Do you remember those questions?
Yes,
And in fact, were you able to hear some of those questions being asked yesterday of Dr. Budritsky?
yes.
Do you follow that case?
I've been following it in the media. Like I said, it's a high profile case that was tested at NMS Labs, so there's internal discussion about cases. And I've been following the media like a lot of people.
Okay. Do you recall it being suggested that the victim in that case actually died from a cyanide poisoning?
Yes,
And that happened yesterday?
yes,
And there was a discussion that the husband had a failed attempt with eye drops and then used cyanide in the hospital. Do you remember those questions?
yes. That is my recollection of yesterday's testimony.
Is cyanide poisoning been reported as a cause of death for that victim?
There are media reports regarding the coroner's testimony in a preliminary trial where the cause of death was mentioned.
Did it include tetrahydrozoline poisoning?
Yes, it did.
Okay. You were asked a lot of questions about our office being a client of yours. Do you remember those questions?
Yes,
And you were even showed the entire communication log that your office keeps in this case, is that right?
that was the communication log through the end of, I believe, 2022 that was generated for the request. There would be additional documentation in that log now because additional communication has happened
Okay.
since then.
Do you know whether you finalized the toxicology in this case before you had any discussions with our office?
Yes, I did.
Did anything that we talked about or Dr. Budritsky talked to you about cause you to change the toxicology results in this case?
No.
The defense walked you through your report that states Exhibit 35, and that's the toxicology in this case, and asked you multiple questions about specific substances. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And there was a lot of discussion about what toxic levels are for those substances. Do you remember that?
Yes.
If someone has a toxic level of a substance, does it mean that they're gonna die?
No.
Is toxic and fatal different things?
Yes.
When you signed this report, States Exhibit 35, did you compare those reference notes included with Ms. Hernan's results in this case?
Not at the time I signed the report, no.
Have you since?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that the reference notes in that report include fatal levels for all these substances except tetrahydrozoline?
I believe so, yes.
Do you know whether Ms. Hernan had any level consistent with a fatal level as reported in those reference notes?
None of the individual drug concentrations are consistent with what has been reported in fatalities.
You were asked some questions about the calculation that you did regarding what was in Ms. Hernan's stomach. Do you remember those questions?
Yes.
If there is a compound or a substance in someone's stomach, has it been absorbed into the blood yet?
No, it has not.
That's all I have. Thank you, doctor.
One last question.
If it's on Exhibit 218, you may. Otherwise, you may not.
It is on.
218 is the additional exhibit that was received, the letter. If that's what it's on, you may. If not under 90611, you may not.
It's not on that exhibit.
All right, then, thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
I'd ask the doctor to be released from her subpoena, which I believe is just from our office.
All right, and Dr. Kasinko, you're released from your subpoena.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, the statement called its next witness.
All right, next witness. Next witness, next witness. Sorry, I got my double glasses on again. My double glasses. Ay, ay, ay. So this next witness is a friend of
The state by
Victor Lynn Hernan.
called Corrine Poza.
Corrine Poza.
All right, thank you.
She was friends with Lynn.
Good morning, Ms. Poza. If you would please make your way to the witness stand. It is all the way up to the front of the courtroom. There is a riser. Please come up on that riser. When you get there, please remain standing, raise your right hand, and my clerk, Teresa, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Please have a seat. The first thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Corrine Poza, Koreen. My last name is Poza, Pozza.
Thank you. Go ahead, Attorney Sitzberger, your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Hi, Ms. Poza, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Ms. Poza, what is it you do for a living?
I work at a financial,
In what capacity? What kind of work do you do?
so I do administrative work.
Okay. And let's cut right to the chase. You're here because you knew Lynn Hernan, is that correct?
Correct.
Tell us, how long did you know Lynn Hernan?
I probably have known Lynn about 35 years.
And how did you first meet Lynn Hernan?
I met Lynn through my brother and some of his friends at the time that we went. They were working at a bar years and years ago doing security, and I met her there.
Can you put a rough estimate on how many years ago?
That would probably have been probably about 35-ish years ago.
Okay. So sometime in the 80s, it sounds like.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you, Jed. Now, Ms. Posa, do you know what kind of work Lynn did when you met her?
Yes.
And what was that?
She was a hairstylist. She did hair.
Did she work for
She-
a
she-
company? I'm sorry, let me just ask. Did she work for a company or was she kind of doing her own thing out of her house? What sort of,
I don't recall at that time if she was working for a specific salon or if she was working on her own.
did there come a time where she worked on her own as a hairdresser?
Yes.
Okay. And how many years do you think she did that?
I think what I remember is that that was really kind of on and off. Sometimes she worked at a salon and then sometimes she just worked on her own. So-
Okay. And you said you knew her for about 35 years through your brother, correct?
Right.
Who is your brother that you met her through?
Keith Lang.
And as you got to know her, would you and her hang out socially?
Yes,
And how often would you say you did that?
a lot. We hung out, all the whole group of us hung out together a lot. They both also worked, they had their other jobs, but they also worked at a bar that we liked to go to. So we'd hang out there in those early days. And then after I got married and started a family, we still hung out all the time. She come over, she took a massive love for my son and just always wanted to be around us, said we were her family, that she didn't, have kids of her own or was married. So she had a ton of fun just hanging out with us, not in so much the party scene, but more in a family scene.
Sure. So less going out to the bars, maybe kind of going to each other's homes.
Right,
Okay. Now you said that was sort of in the early days, you hung out all the time, right?
right.
And are you talking multiple times a week, multiple times a month? Kind of put a time frame on it.
Probably multiple times a month.
Okay. Did that stay consistent sort of from those early days as you progressed into having a family of your own?
Yes. I was always having parties for my son, and she's the first one there, first one wanting to make food. She loved to cook. So she would come over with tons of things that she'd made, tons of things for him.
And when was your son born that you've been referencing?
He was born in September of 1997.
Okay, and what is his name?
Anthony Posa.
Okay. Now, you said that Lynn never started a family of her own, no kids, correct?
Correct.
And she took an interest in Anthony then?
Right.
How was that relationship? How would you describe it?
They were very close. I mean, she and I were close, and she always wanted to know how he was. I mean, from birth on up to his adulthood, she just treated him really like family. He always called her Auntie Lenny. There wasn't one little tiny holiday that went by that she wasn't showering him with gifts and cards and food and what you name it. It was just like having, that special aunt or another mom or whatever. She just did a lot of things for him that just showed me, really how much she loved him. Not just that things make you love somebody, but she just always went above and beyond and was always thinking about him and about us.
So you said Lynn was a hairdresser and worked at a bar here and there, correct?
Correct.
Any other jobs that she had that you knew of?
The hairdressing and the bartending was the only thing I knew of.
Okay. And you said basically every holiday that came, every birthday, significant life event, she was giving Anthony gifts and things like that, right?
Right.
Was Lynn a person you knew to come from a lot of money?
No.
Did she have a lot of money?
No.
So when you say she was buying Anthony gifts, what kind of gifts was she giving him?
Well, when they're little, when kids are little, they don't, it could be any little thing, Hot Wheel cars, Lego, whatever. But she was what I have known about her whole life is that she was really kind of the queen of bargains. She loved to shop rummage sales and estate sales and thrift stores. She even would pick things up off the side of the road, refinish them, make beautiful pieces of furniture, fix things up. So on occasions there were gifts like that, but as he got older, it was maybe some things like that. But when he was smaller, I think you can entertain a kid with very inexpensive things. And he loved that just as much because he just, loved being with her. So.
Okay. So small things, and then if I understand, as Anthony got older, maybe she was sort of refurbishing things or making things from these thrift stores and things like that.
That and things that she had, maybe that she had that he liked. They had a similar passion for different kinds of movies, and if she had a poster or something in her house and he admired it, she'd be like, well, then you should take that, you know, you should have that in your room. So he, you know, sometimes he'd take that or whatever just to enjoy, you know, what they had shared in common.
Okay. As Anthony started to get older, did Lynn ever, you know, just lavish him with thousands of dollars of cash or anything like that that you knew of?
No,
Was she writing him checks to that effect?
no,
Was she putting $100 bills in birthday cards?
no.
Okay. So that's Anthony. Did she do the same for you on birthdays and things like that? As far as gifts or recognizing your birthday, things like that?
Oh, sure.
And how did she recognize it?
Well, she knew kind of what my whole family loved as far as like baked treats, things like that. So she'd make my favorite things like Rice Krispie bars, and she'd bring stuff like that over. Or she and I had a passion for shoes. Sometimes she would, you know, had shoes. She and I wore the same size shoes, so sometimes she would, you know, would give me a pair of her shoes, like just whatever, like she would find. She just would find things. Again, probably thrift stores, rummage sales, things like that.
Did you ever go thrift store shopping with her, for example?
Oh, sure, sure.
And you said that was sort of the constant. Was that up until her death in October of 2018 that you maintained that level of contact with Lynn?
I would say probably the last year of her life, I didn't have as much contact with her. There were times that I would call her and say, hey, I'm in the area, I'm going to stop by and say hi, I haven't seen you in a long time. And she would tell me not to come, that she was not feeling well. So up until that time, I mean, I have St. Patrick's Day was always a big, big deal in my family, and she loved that as well. And so the 2017, she came out for St. Patrick's Day with a whole group of us and had a ton of fun. And so
Halloween, baby.
it was probably sometime shortly after that that I wasn't seeing her as much. Talked to her a little bit, trying to kind of connect with her, but she was not, she would just tell me she was not feeling well.
Okay, so that would have been about March of 2017 until her death in October of 2018.
That's probably roughly, it might have been after the St. Patrick's Day when we were out, but yes, it was probably some in that time.
Okay.
Timeframe.
And am I understanding that's sort of when the coming to each other's homes and sharing personal time in person together stopped?
Right.
You still talk to her by phone though?
Not as frequently, because she just, sometimes maybe she wouldn't answer the phone, and I would just think that maybe she wasn't feeling good still, and then sometimes she would call me back, you know, if she was feeling well.
Okay, and she would tell you that she's not feeling well, correct?
Correct.
Did she tell you that she was taking steps to try and address her not feeling well?
I don't know if she told me that she took steps. I think I, out of, you know, caring and worrying, was like trying to help her understand, you know, we could go to a specialist or go to a doctor if she had certain, you know, whatever it was that was bothering her. And, you know, she just said, oh, no, I've already done that. And so, you know, I just kind of left it alone and just thought maybe she wanted to be private about it.
Okay. In those phone conversations though, when you and Lynn were discussing her health problems that last year and a half or so, did you ever get the feeling that Lynn was just giving up?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think she just felt like she wanted to get better. I mean, how it was presented to me was like, let me just, you know, get myself better and you know, we'll connect. So I didn't feel that.
So there are plans for the future to hang out again.
Right.
Did you ever get off the phone with Lynn one time and say, well, I'm worried that she's going to commit suicide?
Oh, no.
Not once?
No.
Did you talk to her by phone pretty regularly up until that October 3rd, 2018 date?
I'm not sure if I would say regularly, like as in weekly or anything like that. I know from February, when I had seen her up till October, we had, I would say, minimal conversations, again, going back to her either her calling and talking for just one real quick minute, and then she'd have to go because she didn't feel well, or my calling and her saying I can't talk, or just her not answering.
In all that time, did you ever send Lynn an email to see how she's doing?
Email? No,
Yes.
Lynn didn't have an email.
Didn't have an email.
No.
Did you go on Facebook and try to send her a message on Facebook?
Lynn was not even a little bit technical. She didn't want to have anything to do with any of it. She had a flip phone. She was always looking at my phone because I'd have a lot of pictures of Anthony, and she'd point out the ones she wanted, and then she'd tell me to print them, and she'd go pick them up. And I remember one time saying to her, I could show you like that. I could still send probably these pictures. You might still be able to see them on your flip phone. And she was like, I don't know. This is an emergency phone. I don't want it for nothing but that. And we just giggled because we thought it was funny. And I know that, I know one of the salons that she worked at, there was a computer that she was required to use for like scheduling appointments, where previously she had always done her scheduling in like in an appointment book, handwriting. And when she had to do it in this computer, she was fit to be tied and didn't want to learn it. And so she wanted to have nothing to do with any of that. She did not have an email. She did not have anything on social media. And we communicated via phone. And that was usually her house phone.
Oh, so she still had a landline?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Did she have a computer at all?
No,
Did she have a laptop hidden away somewhere?
no.
When you would show her photos on your phone, were you able to just kind of hand over your phone and she could go from there and look at photos?
No, I would show her the photos, and then, if she wanted to look at a group of photos, I would tell her, you can swipe, or I can like make it so you can see a whole bunch at one time. And then she would look at it. She would like not even want to hold the phone because she just didn't know what to do with it. So I would just show her one by one a lot of photos, and they were 9 out of 10 times of Anthony, or Anthony with one of her cats, or just, Anthony put his sunglasses on her cat, and we took a picture. She wanted that. So she would just tell me what she wanted, and then I would print it at Walgreens from my phone, and then she would go pick it up.
Okay, so she didn't even know how to scroll through photos on a smartphone.
No,
And she was the one person still using 1 hour photo, basically.
right.
Okay. Now, in all this time that you were just communicating with Lynn through that landline at her house, do you know if Anthony was still seeing her?
Anthony would go to see her if he was in the area. And when Anthony started college, he started out at UW Waukesha, and that was quite close to her condo. And so there were many times he would just go over there in between his classes and just hang out with her and visit her.
Okay, and was that during that time frame where you maybe weren't seeing her in person yourself, but still in communication with her?
Correct.
Was there ever a time that you and Lynn had some sort of falling out or a feud that you thought she was mad at you for?
Never.
And you said she would send birthday cards or come over in person and give birthday treats and cards and things like that?
Mm-hmm. She didn't miss a beat, ever.
Was that true on your birthday in 2018?
In 2018, oh boy. I honestly don't remember.
Okay.
I remember seeing her in probably February of 2018. I believe Anthony and I had gone over there to deliver the Christmas present because we hadn't seen her. She had delivered a whole bunch of stuff to our back porch, and we didn't get to see her. And then it just, life happens, and all of a sudden it was February, like, we got to get over by Auntie Lenny. We got all this stuff for her, and, drop that off. So it was sometime in February that I saw her. But as far as, did I receive a gift or a card? I want to say yes, but I honestly don't remember.
Okay. I'm going to show you, and just the witness, please, Madam Clerk, Exhibit 49, please. There's a screen in front of you. Just let me know. I think I see a light. Is that up in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. And if Mr. Vulcaneer could just scroll through the 4 pages, please. All right. And back to page 1, please. Ms. Posen, did you have a chance to look through those 4 pages?
Yes.
Do you recognize what those are?
Those are birthday wishes
And birthday wishes to whom, ma'am?
to me.
And who are they from?
They're from Lenny. She called me Corini. I called her Lenny.
And Ms. Posa, if you do need some, there's water in front of you and there's tissues in front of you too, okay?
Thank you.
So, Ms. Posa, I want to start with page 1. There's quite a bit of writing from Lynn in those cards, isn't there?
Yes.
Any one of them describing any falling out or anything like that?
No.
And at this point, Your Honor, I would move Exhibit 49 into evidence, please.
Objection.
I'd also ask to publish it.
Objection.
Did you say objection?
No.
Oh, thank you. All right, Exhibit 49 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Thank you. And Mr. Vulcan, if you could go to page 2, please. Is it up on the juror screens? Oh, it's going fast today. Great. Now, Ms. Posa, if you could just look at the writing from Lynn, not the pre-printed message on the card. Towards the middle lower section, what is Lynn writing to you, referencing Christmas, it looks like?
I'm sorry, will you repeat the question that you just asked me? I was reading.
Sure. Do you see a reference to Lynn thanking you for a Christmas in January?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what she was referencing there in that card?
I really don't remember. Maybe we got together. Maybe she came over. I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Is that sort of like you were describing earlier, where sometimes life happens, but you would still get together with Lynn
Correct.
at some point for Christmas?
Correct.
Okay. And if we go to page 3, please. And if you want to take a chance to just sort of read through this one as well, let me know if you had a chance to read through it, please.
Hey, good morning, Billy. Hey, and hey, Susan. I'm sorry you've been sick, hun. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. Good chilly morning, Billy. I know it is chilly. Very chilly today. Sorry I didn't see your comment, Susan. I had packages that were delivered and I had to go get them off the porch. But hello, and I hope you feel better soon. I feel really sorry for this witness. She really loved Lynn a lot.
Have you had a chance to look
Yes.
at that? Okay. In fact, in that card, Ms. Hernan was referencing how you and your family were her adopted family, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And if we scroll to page 4, please. Have you had a chance to review it?
Yes. Sorry for me to read. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Something made you laugh when you first started reading. Is that true?
Yes.
What was that?
The shoes. She said shoes, what shoes? Because she and I had a crazy passion for shoes, and we just were always buying shoes and comparing shoes and telling each other about the new shoes we bought.
And in fact, right after that line, she says, I will never forget February 4th, right?
Right.
What's the significance of February 4th?
That's my birthday.
Okay, so these
Oh, there's more
are 4
Gatorade.
birthday cards sent over.
Okay, I'll show you guys real quick my gift that Miss Morgana got me. So, hold on a minute. Hold on just a quick second. Morgana, I told him I was waiting on you to pop in so I could show them the gift that you sent me. Here, hold on, folks. Hold on. Check it out. I got me a neck fan. Listen, can you hear it? Oh, yes. Yes. It's amazing. I've ran it out like 3 times and had to charge it 3 times. I love this thing. Love it. It's amazing. So awesome. Cool little neck fan. I know Dale's like, what kind of headphones are those? And I was like, they're not headphones, Dale. It's a neck fan. Well, Billy, I've been struggling with the hot flashes. Like a lot. So it's necessary. I currently have a fan on beside of me too, that stays on the whole time I'm sitting here. So anyway, super awesome, right, Sherry? Tired of this heifer being hot all the time. I am hot all the time. Okay. Thank you, Morgana Banana.
Multiple years, true?
Correct.
I really appreciate it.
If
a lot.
somebody were to claim that you stopped caring about Lynn at some point and just didn't care about her towards the end, would you agree with that?
No.
Now, moving on, you know your son Anthony Posa was named as a beneficiary to Lynn's will, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, in 2018, specifically October, how old was Anthony?
21.
Okay. To your knowledge, did he have any experience with wills and estates and things of that nature?
I think that I took care of my parents for 13 years before they both passed, and that would have been the experience that he had. He wasn't part of dealing with anything financially with my parents, but he lives with me, so he saw all the things that I was doing.
Okay. Did he at times come to you and ask you questions about the process of being a beneficiary in an estate of Lynn's?
Did he ask me about that? No.
Okay. He never came to you and said, what do you think about all this, or am I doing the right thing, or anything like that?
Do you mean after, at any time, or just in particular? I guess I don't remember him really asking me anything. He always, Lynn would say things to him during their visits, and he shared that with me, so I wasn't in on those conversations personally, but she would have a tendency to tell him where certain things were in her home and just things like that, and he would just, and if anything ever happened, you take this, I know you would appreciate this, whatever.
Okay.
And his remarks would just always be like, I just want you to be here and not talk about that, like we're family. And so
Understood. Let me ask you this way. After Lynn's death, on October 3rd, Anthony found out he was a beneficiary, correct?
Oh, yes,
And there is a whole legal process to that, is that true?
correct.
And during that time frame, after Lynn was gone,
Okay.
did he come to you and ask you questions about that legal process?
I know that we talked about it. I know that, that he had been told on numerous occasions, about just different things prior to Lynn passing away that she wanted him to have. And it was our understanding that she had a will that reflected that. So if I can be specific, I know that she talked on many, many occasions about,
Let me stop you there for a second.
okay,
Okay. What I more want to get at is through the legal process that Anthony was going through as a beneficiary of Lynn's estate, did there come a time where you learned of a reported debt of Lynn's?
well, yes, I mean, it just kind of came to us all. We were provided with like a copy of a will after Lynn had passed away, and we were, looking at that, and,
Hold on, can you repeat the question?
Sure. And what I'm asking is, did there come a time where you and Anthony learned that Lynn was reported to have a lot of debt at the time of her death? Specifically credit card debt?
yes,
Okay. Did that strike you as unusual knowing Lynn?
yes.
Why?
Because she never had any money, and she didn't really have credit cards. She, I think, at one point when she had inherited some money, had gotten a credit card, and she would use, what she told me was that she would use that and then pay it off so she could build credit, because she never had credit in like her whole life.
You said earlier that she was not a woman of great money, right?
Correct,
She would go thrift store shopping, things like that.
correct.
Times you went thrift store shopping with her, would she use credit card or how would she pay?
Cash or a check. She still wrote checks out.
Okay. Was Lynn somebody that constantly had cash with her?
Not a lot, a little bit, and then she'd have her checkbook.
Okay. In times she didn't have cash, did you ever see her go to an ATM to get cash out?
No.
How would you see Lynn get cash out?
She would go to a bank and take money out.
Okay.
Or she sometimes would write a check out someplace where she could like write it for cash and then get cash that way as well.
Okay. At some point around 2013 or 2014, did you learn of Lynn's mother passing away?
Yes,
And did you learn if Lynn got any inheritance from that?
yes,
And that was from Lynn who told you that?
yes.
And was that a fairly large sum of money to your knowledge?
Lynn never told me an amount of money, just that, that her mother, that she had gotten a nice inheritance and that, that would help her.
Okay. So that would have been in roughly 2013 or 2014, you think?
Yes,
From that date, 2013 or 2014, up until her death in October of 2018, did you personally witness any of her spending habits change?
her spending habits didn't change in terms of just how she liked to shop. For her, getting a good bargain was kind of a thrill of the chase for her. She loved to be able to get something really cool in her eyes for cheap. But she did explain to me that there were two things that she explained to me that she just had never been able to have or buy her on her own. And she did tell me that she was going to, I believe, get a new vehicle. And she bought a vehicle, and I'm assuming that she paid cash, but
You don't know, to be fair.
so you're correct.
Okay. What was the other big item?
It was a bracelet. It was a piece of jewelry.
Okay. Beyond those two things that you were aware of, did you see her start buying lavish things?
No,
Did she start changing birthdays and Christmas to big, lavish, expensive gifts?
no,
Did she start offering to just give Anthony hundreds or thousands of dollars?
no,
Did she start writing you checks for hundreds or thousands
No.
of dollars? So her spending habits stayed the same despite the nice inheritance she told you about?
yes.
Thank you, Ms. Posa. That's all the questions I have.
Cross. please.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Posa, can you hear me?
I can.
Why don't, yeah, we had to turn the microphones off because of the typing on both tables. We'll turn them back on. Do you want the lapel?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Posa, if you can't hear me, just tell me to speak up louder, okay?
For sure.
Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Now, you,
Okay, hold on. So the typing is interfering. I can hear it.
I'm trying to get an exhibit together.
I know. Move away a little bit from the,
maybe I'll.
move the microphone over or where the lapel. It really helps.
No, I'm done, I'm done.
Thanks. Sorry. It was both sides, in all fairness. I had Teresa turn off microphones at both tables, so. Go ahead. My apologies for the interruption, Attorney.
Bingo, Ween baby. Bingo.
You indicated that you know Lynn for about 30, 35 years?
Correct.
And you met her, while you were at a bar? Or she worked at a bar?
She worked at a bar. I mean, the day that I met her, I actually believe I met her at my brother's apartment.
And that's Keith Lane?
Correct.
They weren't dating, were they?
No,
They were just friends?
correct.
Keith hang around at that bar too?
Yes. He worked there as well.
Oh, they were both bartenders.
No, he was security there.
What's the name of that bar, if you can remember?
It was called Billy's Old Mill.
How long did Lynn work there?
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
And she did that and also was a hairstylist?
Correct.
Did you know Jennifer Flower at that time too?
No.
When did you meet Jennifer? Do you know who Jennifer Flower is?
I did meet Jennifer Flower. I believe Jennifer Flower was a resident in an apartment complex that Lynn lived in at one point.
So Lynn lived in an apartment and Jennifer Flower also lived in the same building?
It was the same complex. I couldn't tell if it was the same building.
Do you know when you met Jennifer Flower?
I do not remember when that was.
So if you knew Lynn for 30, 35 years, how long had you known Jennifer Flower?
I had met her when she lived there. I had probably seen her, I don't even think a handful of times, like throughout my relationship with Lynn or my knowing Lynn. It was if they were together then and I was there, then I would see her.
So when you saw Lynn, you'd see Jennifer Flower?
If she was there, if she was at Lynn's house or by the pool or whatever.
Do you know if when you met her, Jennifer Flower, was your son born at that time?
No.
So you met her even before your son was born?
Correct.
And your son is how old today?
26.
Did you hang around with Jennifer Flower too, or it was just
No,
Lynn?
I did not.
So you just hung around with Lynn?
Correct.
But you would hang around with Lynn when Jennifer Flower was there?
If she was at the house, we would be all together, yes. There was a pool in the complex, so oftentimes I would go by Lynn and we would hang out by her pool, and then sometimes Jennifer would come over.
Yeah, would you, fair to say that Lynn was a very generous person?
Yes,
I mean, she gave Anthony gifts, correct?
correct,
She would give you gifts,
correct.
and she was like that all the time.
All the time,
And as far as you know, she never changed. She was always a generous person.
correct,
If she had it, she gave it to you.
correct.
And did she do that with people that she did not know, or just people that were close to her, as far as you know?
As far as I know, it was her circle of friends and family.
So the closer the person is, the more she's probably going to share that person with gifts, correct?
I think, I don't know if I can say yes or no to that question. She had a passion for certain things, and then she could be very giving very generous with gifts during special occasions. It wasn't typically like for no reason at all, other than maybe like food things that she made or whatever.
Did she give your brother gifts, Keith?
Yes,
So she would give you gifts, Anthony gifts, Keith gifts, would she give a person named James Kelleher gifts?
At some point, for sure,
Do you know who James Kelleher is?
yes.
Who's James Kelleher?
That was, a boyfriend that she went out with for a long time.
And you say she gave him a gift for gifts for sure. Why are you so positive of that?
Because they dated for many, many years, so Lynn was one to make a very big deal out about birthdays and special days like that. She made a big deal about those days. So when I say that I'm referring to specifically like holidays and birthdays, not just for no reason.
As far as you know, holidays and birthdays, but she could be giving people gifts for other reasons, correct?
Sure,
Maybe because she loved them.
right.
But you also indicated that as far as you know, she only gave Anthony like physical gifts and money? Was that the other kind of gift she gave him?
I don't recall her giving him money. I do recall her giving him some gift cards.
Did she ever, send him checks, like if it was his graduation
I don't remember that.
So she could have done it, but you just don't remember.
It's possible.
She could have been giving Anthony gifts of money or checks, but you just don't know about it, correct?
If Anthony was getting gifts that weren't for a special occasion, he would have shared that with me, and no, he never did bring that to my attention.
So your son shares everything with you?
I would say that's fair, yes.
Your son live with you?
He does,
Has he always lived with you?
yes,
You say he's 26?
correct.
And when Lynn's mother died, do you know Lynn's mother's name?
Lorraine,
Did you attend Lorraine's funeral?
I did not.
Did you know Lynn's father's name?
Robert,
Did you attend his funeral?
I did.
When did he die?
I could not recall that date. I do remember my son and I driving up to Madison for the funeral, though.
So Robert, as far as Lynn's father, lived in Madison.
Correct.
When Lynn's mother died, did you help Lynn? Well, strike that. Lynn's mother, Lorraine, and Robert lived together, correct, in Madison?
Correct.
And when her mother died, did you go to Madison to help Lynn clear out the house?
Anthony and I did go up there. I remember one time for sure that we were trying to offer to help bring things back because I had a bigger car and I figured we could help her because she was pretty distressed about all the stuff in the house. And, we were trying to help, but I think she communicated to us that she just will figure it out. And I know during that time she was pretty stressed out by all of that, what had been going on.
So you wanted to help her bring things out of the house, but she told you no?
Right. I said if she needed help moving them back to her place, that we would be happy to help her.
Did she tell you who helped her bring things out of the house?
No.
When Lynn when Lynn passed away, she was living in a condo in Pewaukee, correct?
Pewaukee, is that what you said? Yes,
Correct.
yes,
Did you help her move into that condo?
no,
Did Anthony help, as far as you know?
I don't recall.
But if he helped you, he would have told you. If he would have helped you, he would have told you, correct?
Right,
And as far as you know, Anthony didn't tell you he helped Lynn move into that condo, correct?
that's correct.
Prior to living in the condo, did Lynn live somewhere else in Waukesha?
Yes, she lived in an apartment building.
Did you and Anthony go visit her then, at that
Yeah.
place too?
Yes,
So you and Anthony visited her at the apartment in Waukesha and the condo in Pewaukee.
correct.
How often did you go visit her at the condo in Pewaukee?
In Pewaukee,
Yes, ma'am.
I I would say, really as often as she would let us. If she was not feeling well, obviously, we just had the respect to say, okay, well, we'll see you soon and get better. And so there were not a lot of times, she didn't live there super long. I know she had, I mean, I remember having conversations with her about the place and things that she had to have fixed and different things, but it was not as frequent just because she would ask us not to come.
Well, approximately how many times, if you could put in a number?
I'm sorry, I couldn't give you a number.
And you indicated sometimes you wanted to go visit her, but she would say, no, I'm not feeling well.
Correct.
How often did that happen?
In the year, maybe year plus before she passed, that happened pretty frequently.
So in 2017 and 2018, she told you not to come over a lot.
Correct.
And she told you not to come over a lot because she was not feeling well.
That's correct.
And when was the last time you went over there? In 2018?
In 2018,
Yes, ma'am.
it was early in the year, January or February.
And when you went over there in February 2018, was it just you or you and Anthony?
It was myself and Anthony.
Is it safe to say every time you went over there, Anthony went with you?
Often, I mean, I'm sure that I went at times without him, but I knew she always wanted to see him, so if we were in the area or if we were gonna be out and about, we do a lot of stuff together, so.
And prior to this time in around February 2018, before that, she would tell you not to come over because she's not feeling well, correct?
Correct.
And the day you visited her in 2018, what was she like, her demeanor?
In 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
That early? We talked a little bit about, her health, and I tried to offer some suggestions of what she might be able to do to,
Let me stop you there. Why did you talk to her about her health?
because she was always telling me that she was so sick, and we couldn't come over and visit.
So even when you went over in February 2018, she's talking about being sick.
Correct.
Did you see anything in the house that would affirm that she's not feeling well?
I don't like
No.
him either, Ween Baby.
A walker or anything like that?
No,
You see any prescription bottles laying around?
no,
Did you go into the kitchen and see any prescription bottles?
no,
Did you ever go into her bathroom and see prescription bottles?
no, nothing out that would be out just for anybody to view, no.
Would she let you go into the bathroom? Did you ever have to go?
I went to the bathroom, yeah, sure, but I didn't go in her drawers or cabinets.
But when you went over there, as far as you can remember, you didn't see any prescription bottles out.
Nothing out, no.
But you remember her complaining about being sick.
Correct.
Did she tell you what she was sick? What was causing her to be sick?
She said she didn't know, and she just would tell me what would happen to her because she's been so sick, and so
What did she tell you was happening to her because she was sick?
she told me she just had really bad stomach problems and she just had diarrhea all the time.
Did you ask her, are you taking anything for this? Are you going to the doctor for this?
I did ask her if she'd been to a doctor because I was going to try to help her find perhaps a stomach doctor, and she said she had already seen somebody, but
Did she tell you it wasn't working with these doctors?
she said nothing seemed to be helping.
Did she appear to be depressed because of that?
And object, that calls for speculation and a medical conclusion.
Lack of foundation, but I think you can ask anything about her appearance that she knew or sound.
How did Lynn appear to you when she was talking about her health?
At that time, she appeared not overly out of the ordinary, maybe a little exhausted, a little tired maybe.
Did she appear to be happy that she was sick?
she wasn't happy that she was sick, but she had a fair demeanor where I wouldn't have thought that, you know, she was in despair or anything like that.
Did she, when you were meeting with her, was she sitting down or was she standing up?
Well, she came to the door and let us in.
Did she appear, did you watch her walk to the door?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I wasn't inside, but I mean, she came to the door to let us in.
When she let you in, did you watch her walk back into her residence or to the house?
Yes, yes.
Did she seem to have any problem walking?
No,
You didn't see her with a cane or a walker?
I did not.
Did she ever tell you that she had eye problems or eyes were sore? Or
No.
did she tell you that she had been to a lot of doctors visits?
Well, one of the arguments she and I had was her going to the ER when she was sick versus having established doctors. And so I was always trying to encourage her to connect with either a specialist or a doctor, like a primary doctor. I said, because if you go to the ER, they're just going to try to deal with your immediate issue and then they're going to send you home. So I think she had a lot of frustration that she wasn't getting help, but she also didn't have herself established with doctors, and I don't think she could afford to go to the doctors, or to go to a doctor.
So when you were speaking with her in 2018, as far as you know, she couldn't afford to go to a doctor.
Her whole life she didn't really go to doctors because she couldn't afford it. So
And that's what she was telling you.
I can't tell you that she told me that day, or the day that she confided in me about her, because the conversations she and I had with regard to her health, whether they were in person or over the phone, were still relating to my hoping she would get established with a doctor versus going to the ER, because I thought she would get better help if she was so sick.
So because you last visited her in February 2018, I take it you didn't go visit her on her birthday?
I did not.
Did you send her a card?
We did not.
Did you call her?
I believe we probably called her around that time, told her we'd connect, and that was probably all.
When you say we, I mean, did you call her as far as you?
I called her.
You called her on
Yes.
her birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
I can't tell you if it was exactly on her birthday. I mean, it might have been the end of June or the early part of July. I can't confirm if it was exactly on her birthday.
Well, do you know when her birthday is?
Yes, it's June 30th.
Okay. But you don't remember if you called exactly on her birthday?
I do not remember that, no.
Do you recall how long that conversation took? Did you spoke with her?
I do not recall.
Do you know if she was still complaining about being sick?
2018. I don't know if in that conversation that was even discussed. I'm being fair when I say I just don't really remember that.
Do you know she was in the hospital, correct?
I did not know she was in the hospital.
So when she was in the hospital in September, you were unaware of that?
Correct, and it wasn't until after she, I believe, was out of the hospital, and we had a conversation, realized that both she and I were in the hospital at the same time and never knew it. So it was, I had been sick and she had been sick, but we never knew each other was sick at that time.
Did you know if Anthony knew she was in the hospital?
I do not know if he knew that.
So it's safe to say you didn't visit her when she was in the hospital?
Very safe to say that, since I was in the hospital as well and didn't know she was there.
Yeah. Oh, you were in the same hospital?
We were in the same hospital.
So I take when she was in the hospital, she never called your house to let anybody know she was in the hospital?
I could not confirm that.
I mean, nobody from your house told you, hey, Lynn's in the same hospital you're in?
No, but my family was with me because I was in the hospital.
I forgot, again, when was Lynn's birthday?
Her birthday's at the end of June.
I know what day.
June, believe June 30th,
If I told you
28th.
June 26th, would you
26th. Oh, okay.
refresh
End
your
of June.
memory?
Yep, that refreshes my memory.
Were you aware that Jennifer Flower was a joint account holder in Lynn's bank?
No, no.
So Lynn didn't tell you in January 2016 that she and Jennifer Flower were joint account holders on her checking account?
No, she did not.
Or a market account? She never told you that?
No, she did not tell me that.
And around August 12th, 2019, according to the police reports, you were interviewed by Detective Hoppy in this case. Do you remember that?
Yes,
Would it be safe to say, I mean, to strike that, I mean, today's about October 27, 2023, correct?
correct.
And you were interviewed by Detective Hoppy August 12th, 2019. Would it be safe to say your memory of Lynn and what was happening during this time is fresher when you were interviewed by Detective Hoppy in 2019?
I would say that that's fair.
And according to the police reports, he interviewed you at your home, correct?
Correct.
And when he told you during the interview that he was recording you, correct?
I believe so.
And in the recording, because I listened to it, you said that Lynn had a lot of demons, no secret about that. What did you mean by that?
Object to relevance. And vagueness.
Sustained.
Well, you also said that you really didn't hang around with her at the last part of her life. Is that safe to say?
We didn't see each other as often, correct?
I mean, you were sick, as you just told the jury, correct?
Correct.
You were dealing with sickness in your own family?
Myself, my family.
So that caused you not to be in connection with Lynn, correct?
I would say that our connections, our visits were less than they had been. I was taking care of my parents. I had my own health issues. So life happens and you take care of things and you prioritize.
You said that Lynn, in your interview, appeared to have mental breakdowns. Is that true?
Mental breakdowns, I don't remember saying that. Mental breakdowns.
Did she have mental breakdowns?
Not that I recall. I don't know really what specifically that means.
You said that you would have to tell Anthony to go visit her because he was going to school by UW Waukesha.
I didn't tell him to go visit her. He would just go visit her.
I mean, I don't know what you told him, I'm just telling you what I heard on your interview with the detective.
At this point, I'm going to object. She hasn't stated she doesn't remember anything or needs her recollection refreshed, so I'm going to ask Attorney Galavis to just ask questions at this point.
Sustained.
I mean, you know, it says you knew Lynn from the time she lived in Franklin, is that true?
Correct.
Do you know when she was living in Pewaukee, would she frequent down to that area a lot, if you knew?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did you ever meet Jessy at all, Jennifer Flower's daughter?
I don't recall ever having met her until after Lynn had passed.
So, it's safe to say you weren't really close with Jennifer Flower at all?
Correct.
It says that Lynn always wanted to talk about the will, but you didn't want to talk about it. Is that true?
Again, I object. He's it's referencing something she hasn't stated she can't remember.
Sustained.
Did Lynn ever want to talk about the will? Or wills?
She had told me on different occasions that she was handwriting things and she was calling it her will. I honestly didn't pay a lot of attention to it, just because I've been through things with my parents, and I just thought that what she was doing was just kind of what her wishes were, more than like an actual will.
So she would tell you this when you met with her in person or over the phone?
In person.
So when you would meet with her in person, she was telling you she was writing things on paper and calling it her will.
Correct.
And she would tell you that she's writing these things down on paper because this is what she wants done after she passes away.
She would say, yeah, if anything ever happened, find these wherever she was going to put it. It was always on her table, like her notebook paper or whatever.
So she was keeping these documents that she was telling you about her will there in her home.
Yes.
Did you ever get to look at them?
I never did look at them. I just felt like it was inappropriate, and I didn't feel that it was my place to pick it up and read it. She would tell me things that she was putting on it or putting in it or whatever, but I didn't ever make it my business to dig through it.
Was she putting it on like notepads?
Right, it was just like on loose leaf paper or notebook paper or something.
And you saw that laying around in her living room area, or what part of the house did you see those?
Sometimes like on her coffee table, or she had a box, a file box, like a plastic file box. Sometimes she had things that she kept things in there.
When you saw these wills laying around, was Anthony with you?
I would have to believe that there may have been times that he was with me when she would talk about that.
Did she ever tell you that Jessy was taking care of her?
I don't recall that.
Did she mention that anybody was taking care of her?
No.
Did she ever mention to you that her neighbor would come over and help her?
I know that she told me she didn't know a lot of people in the condo complex, but I vaguely remember her telling me something about one of her neighbors. Whether that was that she was helping her, I don't remember.
When you would talk to her on the phone or visit with her, did her medical issues seem to increase as far as the problems that you would bring up?
When I would talk to her on the phone, did it increase? Is that what you just asked
Yeah,
me?
yes.
I don't think that it increased. I mean,
So she would talk about the same problems over and over again.
it was typically the same symptoms that she would talk to me about.
Judge, I'm gonna have about another 20 minutes of this. You wanna take lunch or?
How's my jury doing? Would you like lunch? Or would you like to? They seem a little indifferent, so let's keep going. I promise you'll get food eventually.
But it says you had an opinion about Lynn's illness, that you thought it was more drinking rather than eating food. Is that true?
Yeah, I object to the form of the question.
Sustained.
Did you have an opinion as to what was causing Lynn's illness?
Objection, relevance, and speculation.
Sustained.
But you were aware that Lynn was in and out of the hospital, correct?
Not until after she was out of the hospital. I didn't know she was in the hospital. I was aware after she was out of the hospital.
Hey,
At one
Margaret.
point, I don't know if she was, this was one occasion. I don't know if there were hospital visits before or after that. I am not aware.
Did Lynn ever mention to you that she had put $50,000 in a lockbox in the bank?
She did.
Did she mention to you when she put this $50,000 in the lockbox?
I believe that she told me this sometime after she had gotten money from, after her mother passed away, but I could not specify when specifically.
Did she tell you that she had written checks or had other people, she wrote checks to other people, had cashed them, and they gave her back the cash to put that money in the lockbox?
Objection, calls for hearsay.
Rephrase.
So Lynn told you she put $50,000 cash in the lockbox, correct?
Correct.
And did she tell you where that lockbox was located?
She did not.
Did she tell you how she got this $50,000 cash?
I'm not sure if she really specified how she got the money. If she told me, I don't remember, but I think at the time I probably just would have gathered that it was inherited money from her parents or her mother, because that was all right around the same time.
So if she would have told you, hey, I'm writing these checks out and I'm cashing them and getting the cash, you wouldn't remember if she told you that?
Objection, that's not what she just stated.
Sustained as to the form of the question. Assumes facts not in evidence.
She eventually told you she took that money out, correct?
No,
She never told you she had taken the money out?
no, she did not.
So if you told the police in your interview that she told you she took the money out, you just don't remember that?
I don't remember her ever telling me that she took the money out of the safety deposit box.
No, if you told the police that that's what she told you, you don't remember telling the police that?
An objective vagueness, I think there's some confusion on took the money out of what?
Overruled. You may answer.
I'm
Do
sorry.
you
you're-
understand the question?
I don't understand the question, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Please rephrase. Or
You-
re-ask.
If you told the police that Lynn told you that she had taken the money out of the lockbox, you don't remember telling the police that?
I do not remember telling the police that.
As far as you know, Lynn, with her finances, was she organized with her finances?
Lynn and I didn't discuss each other's finances, quite frankly. I just know that when she was doing her hairdressing, she lived her, money to money, check to check to survive, and at that time, she would, share lightly things like that, but we didn't really discuss our finances. That wasn't part of our relationship.
I mean, you knew that Lynn was on state benefits, correct?
An object. Speculation. Actually, if we could have sidebar.
Sure. objection is Thank you. Be seated. The objection is sustained as to the form of the question.
Ma'am, did Lynn ever talk about state benefits with you?
She did not.
She ever talk about Social Security with you?
She did not.
Anything about food stamps?
She did not.
She talked about her healthcare insurance?
It appeared to me from conversations that we had that she didn't have insurance.
I mean, you were aware of Lynn's drunk driving offenses, weren't you?
I'm going to object to relevance and ask you to strike the question.
Sustained. Question is struck. Jurors will disregard it.
Did Lynn appear to be very happy when she inherited that money from her mother?
I don't know that she really had any different disposition than her usual disposition.
Were you aware whether or not Lynn got credit cards when she inherited the money from her mother?
I was not aware.
Were you aware that Lynn had any credit cards?
Throughout all the time that I've known her, I know that she had like a Kohl's credit card. She would get like small store credit cards here and there. That was all I was aware of.
How did you hear about Lynn's passing?
Jessy called me.
And is that the first time you've ever heard from Jessy?
Yes,
So prior to that, Jessy had never made contact with you,
correct,
nor you contact with her?
correct.
And what day did she call you? Strike it. How did she contact you?
She contacted me on my cell phone.
Were you surprised that she knew your cell phone?
Yes,
And do you remember what day that was when she contacted you?
I do not.
Well, Flint passed away on October 3rd. Do you know when, in relationship to that Jessy called you?
I'm sorry, you say that again?
If Flint passed away on October 3rd, in relationship to that being October 3rd, when did she contact you? The next day? Next week?
It was fairly, I believe, immediately, if I remember correctly.
And did you eventually go to Lynn's home?
Yes.
Did you go to Lynn's home that day?
No, I believe when Jessy called, I believe it was maybe sometime, like maybe after I worked. I was working and then maybe it was, I don't want to say for sure what day it was. I just know it was sometime soon after she had passed. We had gone out there.
Did you go with yourself or with somebody else?
With my son.
And I take it Lynn wasn't there when you went.
Correct.
And what was the reason for you going there?
I believe that Jessy invited us to come over to meet and, I think talk about what had happened.
Did Jessy allow you to go into the house? Strike that, not allow you. Did you enter the house?
Yes,
The condo? Did Anthony enter the condo?
yes.
Did you guys remove anything from the condo?
That day, I don't believe so.
Did you come back the next day and remove stuff from the condo?
I can't tell you what day. I do know that Jessy, she was taking care of the estate. She informed us that she was taking care of Lynn's estate, and that I think that she let us know at some point if there was anything memorable that we would like to have, that, she would make that happen.
So you went back to the condo and she said, go in and take what you want?
No, not what you want. She said at some point that, if there were things that were there that meant something to us, that, we could have that or whatever. It wasn't anything specifically, or there were certain things that she talked about specifically that were things that we were going to ask her about. But we didn't just go in and take things until sometime later. We took a few little things that made us remember Lynn, or made us think of Lynn.
So you made several trips to the condo to remove things?
We made a couple. We didn't go. I went to the condo at one point. I think Jessy was making bins that she was putting various things in for different people.
Hey, Miss King.
For those of us who knew Lynn. And then I believe Jessy and I talked about maybe having a little estate sale. I think she told me that she wouldn't be able to do that in the condo, that there were condo association issues. And then sometime shortly after that, she was able to coordinate having a sale, and the majority of the house was empty other than what she had displayed that she wanted to sell. And that's what I remember. I do remember when she had these bins, I believe she asked us if there was anything in particular we wanted. For me, it was, maybe some of the shoes and some, it was, I don't want to even say trinkety things. It was things that I had either given her that I knew she loved, or I took those things back just as memory of her. So, we weren't going in and out of there and taking out cases of things. First of all, there wasn't a large apartment. It was small, and we didn't really want anything. We wanted her back. So that was just our disposition at that time.
So you were taking things, was Anthony taking things too?
He did take some things.
Was any other person with you taking things?
I know that Jim Kelleher had come by. My brother Keith had come by.
So Jim Kelleher came by and he was taking things?
Yeah, the bins that Jessy had put together. There were plastic bins that she was putting things in.
And you said Keith was coming by and he was taking things?
I don't remember if Keith had a bin of things or not. I know that Keith questioned Jessy about an item in particular, and I don't remember if Keith had anything or not. I don't remember that.
Did you take any rings of Lynn?
I did take one ring of Lynn's.
Do you know if Anthony took any type of jewelry with him?
Jewelry, not to my knowledge, any jewelry, no.
Do you remember how long you were in the house looking for things?
Maybe we were there a couple of hours. It's really, I'm guessing it's been a while.
So you were there for a couple hours looking for things, and Anthony was there for a couple hours looking for things. Is that true?
That's probably fair.
And this was shortly after Lynn's passing.
Right, and per Jessy's basically invitation, she wanted to go through the house and get things organized and sold and whatever.
Per Jessy, she seemed like she wanted to get everything out of the house.
Right.
So she could sell the house.
Correct.
And these birthday cards that you were just shown to the jury, the prosecutor asked you to bring them those Or the detectives asked you to bring those birthday cards, correct?
I believe so.
Right, they asked you to bring stuff that had Lynn's handwriting on it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And that's all you had as far as Lynn's things that had her handwriting on it, those cards.
I had cards. I mean, I probably have letters from her. She would write letters occasionally and put those in cards or just write letters.
Right, they asked you, could you bring us everything you have that has Lynn Hernan's handwriting on it, correct?
No, not everything. I think I have kind of a card saver, and I just grabbed the box of cards that I had and I dug through there. There was a handful right on top of the box, and so I just grabbed those and I gave that to them.
They didn't ask you, hey, do you got any more stuff that you can bring for it that has her handwriting on it?
I don't recall that.
Anything else?
Yeah, were you aware that Lynn was taking medication for illnesses?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled, she may answer.
I was aware that Lynn, for the majority of her life, had a thyroid problem, and I know she took thyroid medication. That I know. I just know that was kind of a lifelong thing. Other medications that she may have taken for different things, I wasn't aware of.
Did she, did she abuse the medications?
I'm gonna object, speculation, irrelevant.
Sustained.
You told the police that Lynn abused the medications. Why did you find that relevant?
Object to the form of the question, move to strike it.
Sustained, the jury will disregard that last question.
Were you aware, if at all, if Lynn took other type of drugs that weren't legal?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
Very briefly. Ms. Poza, I'm not gonna stand in the way of anybody's lunch, so I'm gonna ask you a few follow-up questions, okay?
Okay.
Earlier, Attorney Galaviz made the comment to you that if Lynn had it, she spent it, right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Were you talking about literally everything she had?
No, she wasn't, she didn't, in my opinion, I mean, when I say she spent what she had, she didn't have much, but she was generous in that she would try to make a small amount of money go a long way.
If she had won the lottery, for example, was she gonna give every dollar away to people?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. And a lot was made of this $50,000 in a lockbox conversation. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Why did Lynn bring that up to you?
She told me that she,
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Go ahead, sidebar.
Rephrase your question.
Attorney Galaviz asked you if Lynn ever told you about $50,000 in a lockbox, correct?
correct.
Did Lynn tell you why she was giving you that information?
Because she wanted Anthony to have a key for the lockbox.
Did she want Anthony to have that money?
She said to me if anything ever happened, she wanted him to be able to go get that money, and he would have that money for his school or whatever he needed.
To your knowledge, did your son ever get $50,000 from Lynn?
He did not.
Now, similarly, you talked about an item, a singular item for your brother Keith, is that correct?
Correct.
And that's kind of in the discussion of people sort of splitting up Lynn's property after she passed away?
Correct.
What was this specific item for your brother?
It was a gold bracelet.
If I show you Exhibit 46, that's previously in evidence and asked to publish it.
It's in front of the witness. You want it published, or you just want to quit? There you go.
Yes, please. And I know it might be a delay in the jury box, but Ms. Posa, can you circle, if you see the bracelet in Exhibit 46, can you circle the one you're talking about?
Circle it with my finger.
The bracelet you're referencing with your brother, if you see it.
I do see it.
Okay, could you circle it with your finger on the screen? That's a touch screen in front of you. All right, right in the middle of the picture then.
Correct.
And Madam Clerk, would you mind capturing that annotation, please? And I'd ask that that be labeled 46A and moved into evidence.
So Exhibit 46A is received.
Thank you. Ms. Posa, why was that something, well, let me ask you this. Do you know why that was a specific item your brother was interested in?
Because I don't know if he had any part of her buying that, and by that I only mean like taking her different places. She was,
Hold on. Do you know why that was of significance to your brother? Yes or no?
Yes,
All right.
And why was it? Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
sorry, yes, because she had said that that would be for Keith if anything ever happened to her.
To your knowledge, did your brother ever receive that bracelet?
He did not.
Now, switching gears one last time, a lot was made of your conversations with Lynn about her hospitalizations and illnesses, right?
Correct.
If you had ever suspected, well, let me back up. You were talking to Lynn about getting treatment and setting up with primary physicians, right?
Correct.
If you had suspected that she was suicidal, would you have sought help for her?
Yes.
Did you ever think she was suicidal?
No.
And there was one hospital stay where you two were in the hospital together and you just never knew it.
Correct.
Do you remember roughly what time frame that was?
I don't remember the time frame.
If I told you Lynn was in the hospital and
Objection, leading.
He didn't even finish the question, but just rephrase, please.
Sure. If I told you that Lynn was in the hospital in September of 2018, does that sound like a similar time frame as you were in the hospital?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that's around the time frame where after you were both released from the hospital is when you learned you were actually in the same hospital together?
Yes.
Okay. And you had a phone conversation with Lynn after that hospital stay?
Yes.
So would that be just very recent in time before she passed away?
Yes.
Was that your last phone conversation with Lynn?
Hi,
It
dear.
may have been.
Did Lynn ever give you an indication that she was suicidal in that phone call?
No.
Did Lynn ever say goodbye to you, her friend of 35 years?
No.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You may step down.
Now I'd ask that Ms. Posa be released from her subpoena.
Judge, we're not going to release her. We subpoenaed her.
She's released from the state subpoena. You remain under the defense subpoena. They'll let you know when you'll be needed. You can, yeah. Step down from there. We'll address that after the jury's out.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this will be an excellent opportunity now to take that lunch break. As you know, while you are on lunch, even though you're back in the jury room, do not research anything, do not discuss this case among yourselves, and don't listen to or review any kind of news reports. I know you've heard that instruction, so I'm just very, very briefly going over it. Enjoy your lunch hour. I'll rise for the jury. We'll probably just take an hour today. All right, thank you. Be seated. I do need to put a sidebar on the record. There was a request from the state for the sidebar. This was concerning questioning of this witness regarding benefits or food stamps or things of that nature. I essentially sustained it as to foundation. I was concerned at sidebar about some relevance, but I did indicate that the defense could re-ask and some of the questions which the defense did. Anything either party wants to put on the record about that sidebar from the state,
Nothing additional, thank you.
from the defense?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, and defense indicated that Ms. Posa has been subpoenaed.
Yes.
All right, and you weren't able to ask her all the questions that you had during your cross?
No,
You'll provide her with some more specifics as to when she should return when that is necessary?
as soon as we get excused.
I don't mean this second, but,
Yes.
all right. You have the ability to contact her directly, or do you need to work through the state on that?
Maybe both.
Anything on that particular issue from the state?
I would ask for an offer of proof of why she needs to be called back to the stand. She's obviously a person who's working, who's taking time off of work to be here.
I'm not saying she has to remain here.
No, I understand, but it's obviously an inconvenience to come during a workday and get off, and they had an extended amount of time on cross-examination. As I review the police report supplements, we've exhausted the information that the parties are aware of her knowledge around this case. I simply can't understand why we need to call her back to the witness stand.
Well, they've subpoenaed her, that's their right. I'm not gonna unduly interfere with that, or require them at this point, even with that police report that you have and the information. She obviously needs to be advised, she's still subject to the exclusion and may not watch any of the proceedings. So I'll ask the state's victim witness, since she was here on your subpoena, to make sure she understands that. That's my ruling on that. All right, I'm just giving you an hour for lunch today.
Judge, can we just address one more thing?
Sure.
And it's sort of going to be a standing objection, I guess. I'll put it, and I know the court doesn't like dealing with hypotheticals, but there's been two completely inappropriate questions asked by Attorney Galaviz related to the victim's criminal record and any abuse of pills with no foundation, and I think he very well knows that they're inappropriate questions. This was our concern in motions in limine when they were just hypothetical, and now they've come out in front of the jury, and it's completely inappropriate, and I guess that's the extent of my objection, but it shouldn't happen anymore. It shouldn't have happened the twice that it did this morning. Attorney Galaviz is an experienced attorney, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and he's slandering the victim in front of this jury inappropriately.
Attorney Galaviz?
Well, Judge, a lot of these comments are mentioned by the witnesses to the police officers.
That doesn't matter, and you know that. Okay, we had motions in limine. Just because it's in a police report doesn't mean it comes in this trial.
But
There's
why?
no relevance to her having OWIs or anything about anything she may have done prior to her date of death, that regarding her substances that she may be using, alcohol. You've had an ample opportunity to talk with both the Dr. Kacinko from NMS Labs, who did the toxicology reports regarding what was actually in the toxicology for Ms. Hernan, and the medical examiner. The rulings from the motions in limine did not evaporate when we started this trial. In fact, that's the purpose of them for this trial. This is about whether Lynn Hernan, right, died as a result of poisoning, and, right, the cause and manner of death as it relates to the homicide charge. The fact that there may be some history there is not relevant. They were improper questions. You are warned not to ask any other witnesses about that.
Judge, but there's more than just that count. There's count 2 and 3 that deals with Lynn's credibility or character when because of her state and because of her history of being arrested and convicted of drunk driving, and how she handled herself when she got out of prison and things that she knew. And
Those have no relevance. They're not coming in. They're improper under the rules of evidence. I made my rulings with the motions in limine. There's been an additional request here today. You think I need to revisit that, file a motion with specificity, cite to the law that you think is appropriate, and why there should be some exception to allowing inadmissible character evidence about the victim. That's my ruling. You all now have 55 minutes for lunch. Be back here. Thank you. We are in recess.
Sheesh. Okay, I'm going to fast forward it through the lunch break.
We're back on the record in State versus Jessy Kurczewski, 21 CF 885. Appearances are as they were this morning. I want to make an
Yeah, that was dirty. That was dirty that he did that. I mean, and like the prosecution said, he's a seasoned attorney. In other words, you old enough to know better, dude. Don't pull this crap with me, geezer, right? Can't ride or escape because they're too... he is a sleepy one, right? Sleepy.
additional record regarding the motions in limine that this court previously went over on January 6th of this year. Specifically, number 19 in the state's motions in limine stated as follows. It was the request, but it was granted by this court. Prohibiting the introduction of evidence about any alleged general drug or alcohol use by the victim, as such evidence is irrelevant, unfairly prejudicial, and as improper character evidence. And there was a citation to sections 904.02 and 904.03. I know as attorneys, all of you know that in order that the general rule on other crimes, wrongs, or acts, whether it's about a witness, a victim, or a defendant, is generally not admissible. This court also entered a very specific scheduling order. It, of course, got extended a bit when the trial was adjourned, but it did not apply. I'll state it this way, primarily applied to the addition of expert witnesses for the defense. And so I dealt with this issue, and to the extent that earlier before the break for lunch that I said, if you think that I'm wrong, file a motion, it would be untimely. Any such motion would be untimely. And so that was something that was specifically addressed. I expect the attorneys to follow all of those rulings made as it relates to the motions in limine, and that you all have, right, independent ethical obligations, not only to, for example, for the defense, to the defendant, but to the court, to this jury, to be honest, truthful, and have candor. And questions such as were asked were clearly out of bounds as it relates to the victim's alcohol and drug use prior to and what's reflected in the toxicology reports, or even asking questions that you know do not have anything to do with or that have to do with irrelevant information. So I just wanted to add that to the record. Those are issues this court previously dealt with. Both parties were at that hearing in January where I addressed all issues related to the motions in limine that were left open at that time. And I haven't revisited those since for obvious reasons. All right, with that, I know my jury's here because they don't leave. They're ready to go. Anything from the state before we bring the jury in? I presume you have your next witness.
We do have our next witness, but that does lead to one issue, Judge. We sort of anticipated Dr. Kasinko's testimony taking longer than it did. We have tried our best to move witnesses up, but unfortunately nobody was able to move from next week into today. So we have our next witness, but unfortunately we have no witnesses. I will say, though it may not seem like it, we are ahead of where we thought we would be at this point already. So I don't know how long he'll take. I would guess based on other witnesses, I would guess he'd be finished around 3 to 3:30 anyway, and we would be requesting to break for the week at that point.
Any comment from the defense?
Early break would be nice, Judge.
Well,
So-
we've gone late with them a few nights, so I'm somewhat pleased, actually, if it ends up being that way, to give them an early start to the weekend. So I have no issue with that at all, but thank you for the heads up.
Judge, there's another matter regarding the past witness, Ms. Poza.
Yes.
When she was testifying, and I asked her whether or not Lynn had told her that she had removed the $50,000 out of the lockbox. In her interview, she says, yes, Lynn had told her that she had taken the money out of the lockbox. Today,
You said she's under your subpoena. You can recall her during your
Correct.
case.
But I did want, okay.
So I don't want to hold up the next witness. If we need to, we can address it after the jury's gone for the day, but as I recall, and you just confirmed, she's under the defense subpoena, so you will have an opportunity to recall her if there is some clarification that needs to be made. There was questioning, of course, regarding that topic.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, very well. Let's have the jurors brought out. Do you have an updated one for me?
Yes, I can print it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. State may call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls James Kelleher.
More like 300,000, Ween baby. It was a lot more than 50.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Kelleher. If you would please make your way to the witness stand, which is to the front of the courtroom, up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing, raise your right hand, and my clerk, Teresa, who's on my left, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The first thing I will ask you to do when you are seated is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
James Kelleher, James, Kelleher, Kelliher.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you, Judge. And Mr. Kelleher, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just kind of sit up towards the microphone so we can make sure everybody hears us, okay? Perfect. Sir, are you working?
No, I'm retired.
How long have you been retired?
8 years come November.
Okay. What did you do when you were working?
I was a heavy equipment operator for Local 139.
And how long were you employed in that fashion?
30 years.
Okay. Now, you know you're here to talk about Lynn Hernan, correct?
That's correct.
Did you know Lynn Hernan?
Yes, I did.
When did you meet Lynn Hernan?
Approximately 1983.
And in 1983 then, were you just friends with Miss Hernan or something more than friends?
Well, I met her at Summerfest, and after getting to know her, then we started dating. We started to go out after that.
Okay, pretty quickly after meeting her?
Yes.
And how long were you and Miss Hernan in a relationship together?
About 10 years, till about 1993.
And during that time span, so 1983 to 1993, how old were you?
I was 23 when I met her.
Okay, so 23 to 33 you dated her?
Correct.
Was Miss Hernan the same age roughly?
She was, I believe, 3 years older than I was.
Okay, so 26 to 36 in that time frame.
Correct.
Was there anything major that caused your relationship to end?
Probably just the amount of hours I was putting in, that, working Saturday.
So we maybe find out that, like, I won't give it all away, but there was a lot more than what was in that. And most of it she took out of her account while she was still alive. Or a lot of it she did. I'll say that. A lot of it she did. Yeah.
Days, sometimes on Sundays.
Okay, just not enough time for a relationship.
Correct.
And a lot of like forgery going on. Like even, it's a lot.
Did you and Miss Hernan remain friends though?
Yes, we still were friends till this day.
Was there any gap? I mean, did the relationship end in 1993 and tempers had to
No.
cool or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, just relationship ended for time constraints and you went to being friends.
Correct.
Okay. So when you were dating, that 23 to 33 year period of your life, or I should say age 23 to 33, were you going on dates and things like that?
Correct. We go see bands and go out to dinner, stuff like that.
Okay. Were you discussing financials a lot in your 20s and early 30s?
No.
Okay. And what was Lynn doing for a job at that time?
She was a beautician.
Okay, like a hairstylist?
Hairdresser, yes.
Did she do makeup and stuff too, or just mostly hair?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, she did do makeup as well?
Yes, correct.
Okay. She liked to look good herself?
All the time.
Okay. And would it surprise you, in fact, on the day she died, we even saw some pictures of her nails and toenails being painted pink. Would that surprise you at all?
No.
Okay, that was kind of the Lynn you knew?
Correct.
Okay. So you weren't really talking about financials in your 20s and early 30s, right? Did you know how much money Lynn had, for example?
No.
Okay. In that 10-year time span, was she buying you gifts for, I don't know, year anniversaries and birthdays and things like that?
She would buy stuff, but usually it was from like rummage sales or flea market, stuff like that.
Okay,
But there was no expensive gifts. She couldn't afford it.
okay. Wasn't buying like a brand new TV set or a computer or
No.
anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, transitioning then from the relationship being over, but your friendship continuing, did you continue to stay in contact with Miss Hernan?
Yes, I did.
What did that look like after your dating relationship was over?
We would just see each other whenever. She would stop over, we'd stop over at her house. We'd see her on holidays, Christmas, New Year's, whatever.
So major holidays?
Correct. She was more than welcome at our house.
And when you say our house, who are you referring to?
Me and my girlfriend Linda.
Okay. When did you start seeing Linda?
2003.
Okay. So about 10 years after your relationship with Lynn ends, you start dating Linda, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, are you still with Linda today?
Correct.
Okay. When you started dating Linda, was it awkward at all that your ex-girlfriend is still a friend or anything like that?
No.
How would you describe Lynn's relationship with you and Linda?
They were friends. They would get along, and we would go out. They would have cocktails together.
Okay.
It was
And Lynn was friends with both of you at that point then?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And so aside from major holidays, you said it was just kind of open that Lynn could stop by your house whenever.
Yep.
If
Yes,
we set aside holidays like Christmas and New Year's and things like that, how many times a year do you think you and Lynn were together at either your house or her house?
I couldn't say for sure. About once a month, maybe once 6 weeks. It would
Okay.
vary. It depends. If
But
I
you would
was working,
see each other on average once a month, you think?
probably yes, or at least talk to her. Yes.
Okay. Was that true from 1993 up until her death in 2018?
Correct.
Okay. And when you were just friends now, so after 1993. Did you have any reason to discuss financials with Lynn at that point?
No,
Did you know how much money Lynn was worth?
no,
Did you know her spending habits or anything like that?
no, I did not.
Okay. You would talk to her pretty regularly, though.
Correct.
When you would get together for holidays, were there gifts exchanged?
Yes,
Okay, from both you to her and her
Right.
to you.
correct. It was nothing expensive. A lot
Okay.
of stuff was Harley Davidson stuff.
Okay, you beat me my next question. I was going to say, did it become more lavish at all,
No,
or less so? It was the same thing, basically.
correct,
You said mostly Harley Davidson stuff, I think I heard?
correct.
Okay. So, and that was consistent from 1993 until 2018 as well?
Correct.
Okay. What about with Linda, your new girlfriend? Were there cards or gifts exchanged between Lynn and Linda?
I believe just on the holidays, like Christmas or New Year's, stuff
Okay.
like that, Thanksgiving,
Okay.
birthdays.
So, in your entire time, from 1983 until 2018, that's about 35 years if I'm doing quick math here, did you know Lynn to be like sick or anything like that all the time, would you say?
Not during that period, no.
Okay. Did there come a period of time when you knew her to be sick?
During 2016, when she stopped at her new house, she had came over and she had mentioned that the hospital or the doctors could not figure out what was wrong with her.
Okay. Is there a reason you can remember that it was a time in 2016? Is there a reason that
That's when we
conversation?
moved into our house.
Okay. So that kind of stands out to you?
Correct.
Did Lynn come see you at your new house?
More than once, yes.
Okay. The conversation you're talking about where she disclosed kind of being sick to you, was that shortly after you moved into your new house?
Correct.
And you're sure that was in 2016?
Correct.
Prior to that, had you ever heard Lynn talk about being sick or?
No, I did not.
Okay. Was there anything else she said to you at that conversation in 2016 about her health or any other concerns?
She said she doesn't know what's happening to all her money.
Did you know what you meant?
No, I did not.
Did you take that conversation any further?
No, I did not.
Okay. So from 2016 then, was it just through 2018 that she talked about being sick when you would talk?
If she would stop over, we'd invite her over. We'd have a housewarming party, whatever, and she would stay or she would bring some. She's a good cook, so she'd bring treats and stuff, but then she would always leave. She would say she does stomach aches or whatever, and she would always leave. She wouldn't stay for the parties.
And as far as you know, those stomach aches and things started in 2016?
Correct,
Okay.
as far as I know.
Okay. Now, when was the last time you think you saw Lynn in person?
Probably Christmas on 2017.
Okay, so that would be the Christmas before she died.
Correct.
Okay. What do you remember about that, if anything?
We had Christmas at her house. and
She
had-
invited you over then?
Correct.
Okay. And did you stay for a long time, or was she kind of like,
Couple hours maybe.
okay. And did Lynn seem comfortable with that, or was she kind of pushing you out the door?
No, she was comfortable. She made like snacks and shrimp and whatever. She was a good cook.
Okay.
Exchanged gifts and
Okay. And was it just you and Linda and Lynn at that time?
correct.
Okay. And so moving forward from Christmas of 2017, did you continue to talk to Lynn on the phone then?
Yes, yes.
And was that still on average, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but on average about once a month?
Probably longer than that. It would be every 2 months or so.
Okay.
But she would stop over whenever.
Okay. Do you remember her stopping over after Christmas time, 2017?
Yeah, I don't know exactly when, but yeah, she would stop over.
Just for a quick visit?
Right.
Okay. So aside from those, you maybe talked to her once every 2 months in that sort of start of 2018 till October of 2018?
From 2016 to 2018, correct.
Oh, going back to 2016 to 2018.
Right.
Okay. And why was the frequency sort of spread out more in that time span, do you know?
She would always say that she wasn't feeling good.
Okay. And to be
We invited her more than that, but she wouldn't come over.
Okay. And to be clear, that was a change from prior to 2016?
Correct.
Okay. In any of that time between 2016, when you moved into your new house, and I'm sorry, when in 2016 was that?
The end of June.
Okay, so end of June 2016 till October 3rd of 2018, did you ever hear Lynn say anything to you about thinking of killing herself?
No, I did not.
Hearsay.
Overruled.
And I'm sorry, can you repeat your answer, please?
No, I did not.
Did she say anything that caused you concern?
No, she did not.
If Lynn had ever told you anything that made you think she was suicidal, would you have called somebody on her behalf?
Well, yeah, I would have tried to do something. She never gave me the indication of suicidal. Never.
Okay. And I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Mr. Keller, as you sit there today, have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Couple times.
Okay, how many times?
2.
2, okay. And somewhat in relation, in 2012, did you have to pay fines to the court?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay those fines at the actual clerk's office, or did somebody else?
Lynn paid those.
And do you remember about how much money your fines were?
There were 3 different charges. It was $300 apiece, so it was $900 total.
Okay. And Lynn paid those for you?
She paid them, but I had asked the judge for more time to pay them, and they agreed. And Lynn just went and paid it anyways.
Okay, just hang on. So Lynn paid those for you, that $900?
Correct.
Did Lynn say to you at that time, hey, Jim, don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about that $900?
No, she did not.
And did she want her money back?
She got it back within an hour, but she never said it. No, I gave her money back right away. I told her not even to pay it for me.
Understood. But she did.
Right.
But did she ever say, you don't have to worry about this as a gift?
No.
Okay. That $900 that she essentially loaned you for an hour, we might say, right?
Correct.
Was that the biggest chunk of money Lynn ever gave you at one time?
Correct.
Okay, and again, you paid that back within the hour, you said?
Correct. As soon as it got to the house, my house.
When you were talking earlier about gifts of like Harley Davidson things and rummage sale things, did Lynn ever throw some cash in an envelope for you on top of it?
No.
Did she ever write
Not
you a
that.
check for any amount of money?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay. So Christmas gifts were not money related, they were objects.
Correct.
Okay. So moving into September of 2018, I'm switching gears again a little bit. Did you learn that Lynn was in the hospital?
And what year was that?
In September of 2018, sir.
She was in and out of the hospital from 2016, but I don't know the certain dates when she was in and out of the hospital, no.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know that Lynn died on October 3rd, 2018?
Correct.
Do you know shortly prior to her death whether she was in the hospital for more than one day?
Yes, she was.
Okay, and that's the hospital stay I'm talking about, okay?
Correct.
Okay. How did you find out Lynn was in the hospital that time?
I think it was Jesse or Jesse's mother, Jennifer, that we had talked to on the phone. Because we had called and they answered Lynn's phone.
Okay, hold on a second. I just don't want to get too far ahead. So you think it was Jessy Kurczewski? Is that this woman over here in the white sweater?
That's correct.
Objection, that's not what he said, Judge.
Overruled.
And you said it was her mother as well?
Correct.
Okay. Now, did they call you and say, we just wanted you to know Lynn is in the hospital?
No, they did not.
Okay. How did you come to find out Lynn was in the hospital?
We called Lynn's phone because we still had her birthday present for her from June 26th is her birthday, and we had her present still for her. So we were calling her to see when we could get together to give her a present.
Okay. How in that conversation did you learn Lynn's in the hospital? Did Lynn answer her phone?
No, she did not.
Somebody else answered her phone?
Correct.
Okay. Now, I don't want you to speculate as to who it was, but do you know for certain who the other person on the other end of the phone was?
At that time, no.
Okay. But what information was given to you that led you to believe Lynn was in the hospital during that phone call?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled, but just phrase it. I think you phrased it fine, so keep going.
Okay, thank you.
What was the question?
Sure, absolutely. What information was relayed during that phone call that led you to believe Lynn was in the hospital?
I don't know if there's any real information. When we had asked, they had said that Lynn was sick, and then why were we talking, or why did we want to get a hold of Lynn? So I don't know exactly, but Lynn was in the hospital for like a week before,
Okay,
so I don't know.
okay. A couple days after that call, where somebody else answered Lynn's cell phone, did you get a call from a hospital?
I got a call from Lynn.
Okay. Was it from Lynn's cell phone?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is, and let me ask you this, what kind of phone did you have at the time? Was it a smartphone, a flip phone, something else?
My phone is a flip phone.
Okay. And is that what you had back in 2018?
That's what I've always had.
And so when you get a call on that phone, if you have somebody's number programmed in, a name will pop up. Is that right?
Correct.
And if you don't have them programmed in, just a sort of phone number will appear, correct?
Correct.
When you got this phone call from Lynn, was it from Lynn that you had programmed in your phone, or a random phone number?
No, it was a different phone number.
Okay, so how did you know it was Lynn?
Because Lynn called and said that she was going to be getting out of the hospital in a couple days.
Okay,
She said, "This is Lenny," so that's how I knew it was Lynn.
okay. Do you remember approximately what date that was, that she called you to tell you she was getting out of the hospital?
Probably like September 24th or 25th.
Okay, late September of 2018 still?
Correct.
Okay. So was that the entire purpose of her call? Just to tell you she was getting out of the hospital in a couple days?
Yeah, and I asked her like when we could get together to give her a birthday gift.
And what did she say when you said you wanted to give her this birthday gift?
Objection, hearsay.
Are you offering it for the truth of the matter, or sir, did it for some other reason?
I'm not, it's just to show why he did what he did next.
Overruled, he may answer.
Do you need me to repeat it?
Please.
Sure. So you told her you had this birthday gift for her still, right?
Correct.
And you wanted to give it to her.
Correct.
And I want to know, what was her response to that?
That she was going to be getting out of the hospital a couple days, which would be, she thought by Friday, the 28th, she'd be getting out of the hospital.
Okay. Now when we're talking about Lynn's birthday, do you remember when Lynn's birthday was?
June 26th.
Okay, and at the end of September, 2 full months later, you still had a birthday gift that you hadn't gotten to her?
I still have it in the basement. It's still wrapped.
Oh my gosh, okay. Why was it that between June of 2018 and September of 2018, you hadn't been able to give Lynn her birthday gift?
Lynn was sick. I believe she was in and out of the hospital.
Okay. Had you been trying in those 2 months to deliver this birthday gift?
Correct.
And it just wasn't working out because of her health?
Correct.
In any of that time, did you think, boy, Lynn's just given up, I gotta do something?
No.
And she in fact said she was getting out in a couple days, referencing this birthday gift you were trying to get.
Correct.
Okay. Is that the last time you talked to Lynn directly?
Correct.
Was there ever another message that Lynn left on your phone?
Yeah, there was another message after that.
Okay.
But there was, during that phone call with Lynn, I mentioned when we tried to get a hold of Lynn a couple days earlier on that Sunday, that a couple ladies had answered Lynn's phone. And they were telling us not to call this number ever again. Don't worry about Lynn. And they hung up on us. And a couple minutes later, another female called back.
It's all hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection on narrative and hearsay. Next question.
Okay. That was the same call that Lynn said she was getting out of the hospital, correct?
Correct.
And that's the last time you talked to her directly, right?
Correct.
But you said a few days later she left you a message of some sort?
Judge Aston answered.
Overruled.
Is that right, sir?
Correct. She left me a message, a voicemail.
Do you remember how many days after?
I couldn't tell you for sure.
Okay. In that voice message, though, did she ever say, Jim, I'm sorry, I'm leaving, I'm gone,
No,
anything like
she
that?
apologized for the way that those.
Hearsay.
Sustained.
Anything in that voicemail message that caused you concern that Lynn was going to kill herself?
No.
Speculation.
Overruled. His answer may stand. If there is an objection, wait till I rule on it, okay?
Okay.
Just to be clear, you said no?
No.
Thank you, sir. That's all the questions I have.
All right, Cross.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Mr. Kelleher. Can you hear me?
Yes.
If you can't, let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Lynn paid for a ticket of yours on April 3rd, 2015, correct?
Correct.
And that was $195?
Not that I recall, no.
She also paid for a, well, that ticket was $67.30 on April 1st, 2015, correct?
Not that I recall, no.
She also paid for your property account for $195 on April 3rd, 2015, correct?
No, sir.
If I was to show you a copy of some checks that I received from the bank, would it refresh your memory?
Sure.
Do you remember her paying for your tax preparation on April 3rd, 2015 for $195?
Don't recall.
If I showed you a copy of the ticket, would that refresh your memory?
Show me, please.
I believe we're up to 590 for the defense. If you want to mark that, please, for
Yeah,
identification
you know,
purposes.
he don't want to talk to him at all.
All right, 591, thank you. You may.
There you go, sir.
Which one are you talking about?
The ones that are highlighted, sir.
I don't believe this, the 67 one.
Does it have your,
Garage,
does it
that
refresh
could
your
be.
memory? Does it refresh your memory, sir?
That's my tax preparation, so.
Oh my
maybe she did
gosh.
For that.
Ween baby, hold on, I gotta tell you something real quick about that. You said Gargamel. So this weekend we watched another one of the Smurfs movies. There's like 50 billion Smurfs movies, right? I don't know which one it was that we watched, but we watched one of them, and when Gargamel popped up, I had completely forgotten that you had said that. And when Gargamel pops up in the movie, I just bust out laughing. Because, like, I almost spit a drink out when I saw Gargamel. Because I instantly remembered what you said. Yeah. Gargamel. So funny. There she is.
So again, in 2015, Lynn was paying for things for you, correct?
Apparently, I didn't ask her to.
And you indicated you met Lynn at Summerfest, correct?
Correct,
And you dated for about 10 years, correct?
correct.
And did you frequent any bars during that time too?
Yes, we did.
Did you frequent a lot of bars during that time?
A few.
And eventually you guys broke up in 1993, give or take a year or so?
I believe so.
And you kept in contact, correct, with Lynn?
Yes.
Did you get together with Lynn at bars?
Could have, yes.
When did your get together with Lynn at bars, did it ever stop?
I quit drinking in 2015, so I never went out to the bars after 2015.
So around 2015, did your get together with Lynn at bars stop?
We wouldn't get together anymore after we had broke up. We would see each other here and there, but we weren't ever going out. We wouldn't call each other and say, let's go to the bar.
Did Lynn help you when you lost your grandma's house to foreclosure?
Not that I know of.
You don't remember her helping you when your grandma's house was foreclosed?
Financial wise or helping out?
Helping out?
She might have been there to help move and stuff. There were a lot of people that were there moving.
Did she help you pay some of your bills so you wouldn't lose your home?
No, she did not.
Isn't it true that she gave you a down payment for your home?
No, she did not.
Isn't it true that Lynn borrowed you money?
I'm sorry, I just didn't hear the question.
Isn't it true that Lynn borrowed you money?
Not that I know of, no.
You just don't remember?
The 900, when she paid that ticket for me, but I told her not even to pay that because I'd got an extension on that. And then we went right to my house and I paid her back because I had the money at home.
Well, didn't she borrow you money for your pool?
No, she did not. We had a home line of credit for her, and we had a payment book for that, sir.
Did you and Lynn ever go out to dinner together with your new girlfriend?
I couldn't say for sure. We may have.
So you don't remember if you, Lynn, and your girlfriend went out to dinner where she would pay for the dinner?
No, sir.
You don't remember that? Or it did happen, you just can't remember it?
I don't believe it happened.
But you indicated that in 2016 to about 2018, Lynn became very sick.
Correct.
Became very, very sick where she would not want you to come around her anymore. Is that true?
She didn't want to come over to our house. It wasn't.
So you would invite her to your house and she refused to come over.
She would come over and she would bring us treats or snacks or whatever if we were having a cookout or whatever. And then she wouldn't stay. She would go back home.
And she wouldn't stay because she was sick.
She said she always had stomach aches.
Did she tell you about her back problems?
She had health issues, yeah, but
Did she tell you about her foot problems?
no.
Did she tell you about her eye problems?
No, she did not.
But you said that she was in and out of the hospital from 2016 to 2015. Strike that, from 2016 to 2018. Is that true?
Correct.
How do you know that she had been in and out of the hospital during a 2-year period? She was telling you this?
Yes. I would talk to her. I'd still talk to her.
Did she tell you what hospital that she was going to and what she was being treated for?
No.
Did she tell you that she had to been taken by ambulance to hospitals?
Excuse me? What was
Did
that?
she tell you that she was taken to hospitals by ambulance?
No, she did not.
You were aware that when you went over there to Lynn's house, I think you said the last time was December of 2017?
Correct.
Did she have a cat?
Did she have a cat?
Correct.
Yes.
Did she tell you who would take care of her cat when she was in the hospital?
No, she did not.
Did you offer to go over there and take care of her cat when she was in the hospital?
No, I did not. I didn't know when she would always go into the hospital. She'd go in and she'd be back out and said she was in the hospital. I wouldn't know. How would I know to go take care of the cat?
So she wasn't telling you at all when she was going to hospitals, correct?
No.
When Lynn moved to her condo in Pewaukee, did you help her move?
No, I did not.
Did she know she was even moving?
I heard she had bought a condo, but I didn't know when she was moving. She never wanted help when she moved.
She never wanted your help when she moved.
She never wanted anybody's help when she moved because she was an independent woman and she wanted to do things herself. And if people helped her move, she'd redo her interior anyway. She'd rather do it herself.
Were you aware that when her mother died, Lorraine?
I believe that was in 2013.
Yeah, did you go help her?
No, I did not.
Did you offer to help her?
I know when she died, but no, I did not. She never asked.
When you went to her house in 2017, December, did you see medication around?
Not that I remember.
You weren't looking for medication,
I
correct?
wasn't looking for it, yeah, correct.
When she went to the hospital in September of 15th to 28th of 2018, did she tell you why she was in the hospital?
No, she did not.
Did you ask her why you're in the hospital?
I might have, I don't know. I can't say for sure.
Did you go visit her in the hospital?
No, I did not. I wouldn't know when she was going to the hospital.
But you knew she was in the hospital, correct?
I would know she was in the hospital after the fact, when she'd come back home and tell me she was just in the hospital.
But you said she called you while she was in the hospital, correct?
Oh, in 2018, yes.
But you didn't go visit her when she...
No, I did not. She called to tell me that she was going to be getting out in a couple days.
Did you ask, hey, I'll go pick you up, Lynn, and take you home?
No, I did not.
Did you ask her, well, if you're in the hospital, who's taking care of your cat?
No, I did not.
Did you ask her, if you're in the hospital, who's picking up your mail?
Never came up.
I'm not, nothing further, Judge, thank you.
All right, any redirect?
Just one question. Mr. Kelleher, you didn't go visit Lynn in the hospital, correct?
Correct.
But you made plans to see her when she was released.
Correct.
And that never unfortunately happened, did it?
It did not.
Thank you, sir. That's all.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. No. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm pleased to tell you we will get done early today. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, is what I'm told. So that will result in a little early weekend for all of you, which I think, given our late days this week, we sort of owe that to you. So I will read the instruction, and then you'll be excused for the day, and we'll see you back Monday morning at 8:30. Do not begin your deliberations and discussion of the case until all the evidence is presented and I have instructed you on the law. Do not discuss this case among yourselves or with anyone else until your final deliberations in the jury room. This order is not limited to face-to-face conversations. It also extends to all forms of electronic communications. Do not use any electronic devices such as a mobile phone or computer, text or instant messaging, or social networking sites to send or receive any information about this case or your experience as a juror. As you know, we will stop or recess from time to time during the trial. You may be excused from the courtroom when it is necessary for me to hear legal arguments from the lawyers. If you come in contact with the parties, lawyers, or witnesses, do not speak with them. For their part, the parties, lawyers, and witnesses will not contact or speak with the jurors. Do not listen to any conversations about this case. Do not research any information that you personally think might be helpful to you in understanding the issues presented. Do not investigate this case on your own or visit the scene, either in person or by any electronic means. Do not read any newspaper reports or listen to any news reports on radio, television, over the internet, or any other electronic application or tool about this trial. Do not consult dictionaries, computers, electronic applications, social media, the internet, or other reference materials for additional information. Do not seek information regarding the public records of any party or witness in this case. Any information you obtain outside the courtroom could be misleading, inaccurate, or incomplete. Relying on this information is unfair because the parties would not have an opportunity to refute, explain, or correct it. Do not communicate with anyone about this trial or your experience as a juror while you are serving on this jury. Do not use a computer, cell phone, or other electronic device, including personal, wearable electronics applications or tools with communication capabilities, to share any information about this case. For example, do not communicate by telephone, blog post, email, text message, instant message, social media post, or in any other way on or off the computer. Do not permit anyone to communicate with you about this matter, either in person, electronically, or by any other means. If anyone does so despite your telling them not to, you should report that to me. I appreciate that it is tempting when you go home in the evening to discuss this case with another member of your household, but you may not do so. This case must be decided by you, the jurors, based on the evidence presented in the courtroom. People not serving on this jury have not heard the evidence, and it is improper for them to influence your deliberations and decision in this case. After the trial is completed, you are free to communicate with anyone in any manner. These rules are intended to assure that jurors remain impartial throughout the trial. If any juror has reason to believe that another juror has violated these rules, you should report that to me. If jurors do not comply with these rules, it could result in a new trial involving additional time and significant expense to the parties and the taxpayers. You are to decide the case solely on the evidence offered and received at trial. With that, you are excused. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you Monday morning.
Be sure you have all your personal items.
What time?
8:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Doesn't mean we started at 8:30. All right, thank you. Is there anything else from either of the parties today from the state?
Just ask that Mr. Kelleher be released from all subpoenas at this point.
Whatever, release him, Judge.
Is he under your subpoena?
Yes, Judge.
All right, then he's not released. So, all right, anything from the defense?
Maybe a little bit of some guidance for next week, who next witnesses.
As has been the practice, you all can meet and confer off the record.
Judge, I have one request when you have a minute before
All
you
right.
go off. Could we have 20 minutes in the courtroom with Ms. Kurczewski before she's taken out, because it's very difficult to go see her over at the jail. And we finished early.
That's fine. You
Okay.
can have 20
Thank you.
minutes today after the courtroom is clear.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We are in recess.
Thank you, Jet.
591.
Here I was muted. Why didn't somebody say something? Why didn't somebody say something? Sorry, I was muted and I was going blah, 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 blah. Anyway, forgot what I was saying, except for, did you guys know that there was a new trial that started today? And some man killed his wife and kidnapped the 2 kids or something. Anyway, that looked kind of interesting. I don't know. If anybody's keeping tabs on that one, let me know. I might watch that one too. I don't know. I was gonna look back. Hold on just a second. And see day 5. Okay. Okay. So day 5 is a long day. I was just checking to make sure that it wasn't going to be like a short day that we could go on into and start it. So, just to keep things smooth, since day 4 was in 3 different parts. Oh, did you start it, Margaret? Does it look good? Does it look good? Since day 4 is already in 3 parts, I don't want to start day 5 on top of it. So we'll start with day 5 tomorrow. And yeah, we'll start about the same time, 11, 12-ish, somewhere around in there. I need to look at my calendar to make sure. That I don't have something going on tomorrow. Okay, no. Nothing till next week as far as I know. So, but anyway, the audio stinks. Self-defense. Oh, good grief. Okay. Interesting, but I already know he's guilty. Oh, you were watching it before this. Okay, Miss King. Yeah, I saw it was on, and I was like, wonder what it's about. Hey, Cherie, you come in right when I'm getting ready to leave, ma'am. Right when I'm getting ready to leave. Glad to have you here. Thanks for leaving your DNA on that thumbs up button. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to scooch on out of here, but I'll see you guys back tomorrow about the same time. And we'll get started with day number 5. Okay? Okay. I love you guys big time, and I will see you tomorrow. Make sure to hit that thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you're new. Click that notification bell. And if you're watching on the replay, put a hashtag replay in the comments down below so I know you've been watching. Baby, she's back. Yeah. Bye, Morgana. Oh, opening statements were boring. Okay. All right. I'll still watch it probably anyway. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Mean it. Bye.